You're listening to the Alaska Real Estate Podcast. I'm Chris Story, your host for great adventures in real estate. On today's program, Amy Smythe Harris here to tell us about her upcoming class in Alaska, Marketing on a Shoestring Budget. It's going to be an awesome class, I guarantee. With 1 week left of the legislative session in Juneau, find out what our realtor lobby is watching very closely. Remember, if it happens to real estate, it matters to you. Today's program brought to you in part by Alaska Housing Finance Corporation, your Alaskan-owned finance company offering amazing low mortgage rates, superb energy efficiency products, and rental assistance programs. Get to know Alaska Housing Finance Corporation, your friend in real estate in any market, anywhere in Alaska. 1-800-478-AHFC. The Alaska Association of Realtors is bringing a Texas firecracker to a boardroom near you. That's right, Amy Smythe Harris is bringing her Texas-sized enthusiasm to the great state of Alaska. Amy's a 16-year veteran of the real estate industry, and she uses free technologies to market her business. I had a chance to catch up with her the other day, which, by the way, was not easy. She's one busy lady.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Amy. Have you ever been to Alaska?
No, do you know how excited I am about this?
Neat.
I am, beyond excited. I've never been there. I wish I could stay a little bit longer to be up there just to kind of view all the scenery and get to know everybody while I'm up there. So everybody, when I'm posting on Facebook, says, oh, you're going to Alaska? Great. So will they hook you up with Sarah Palin? And I said, I don't think so. I don't think I had that much pull.
The title of the class is Marketing on a Shoestring Budget.
Yeah, I spend no money marketing. And I've been in the business at granted 16 years, but I spend no money prospecting like I used to. Now, I spend money on my listings, but I spend no money out there prospecting to try to get business leads coming in. So that's what I talk about, is not just how to do it for free, but how to do it cheap and get rid of some of the stuff that is not a good return on investment. I see agents spend so much money on stuff that everybody just sold to them, and they don't ever sit there and evaluate going, is this really working or not? So because we never take the time, we just keep going and going and going.
I need to ask this. You spend no money or little money on finding leads?
No, I spend no money in prospecting whatsoever.
Fantastic.
No, remember, I used to be old school. I've been in business a long time, so I used to do old school marketing where I used to farm, knock on doors, drop off the Brian Buffini, drop off stuff. And those things work for a lot of people. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying I had to think about what was going to work and what wasn't working, because I had to scale back my outlay of cash, going, okay, you're not spending it wisely, Amy. And so where I spend my dollars is on certain technology, but it's not the prospect to get business, it's to keep the business going. Mm-hmm. So I talk about how they can do that and how to wow for little money and wow that potential client to convert them over.
Your advertising or marketing dollars really should have a return, and you should be able to measure that. Will you talk about measuring the effectiveness of your marketing plan?
Correct, and that's what kind of frustrates me is all of these agents go, oh, yes, I put in the newspaper. Well, great. How many leads do you get? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, then why do you do it? Well, and the answer is almost invariably because I'm expected to. Well, no, it's not expected to. You have to do what makes sense for your business. So if you don't have measurable results, then you've got to figure out. Now, if you're doing newspaper ads to get your name out there to build a brand, that's different. You have to think of what your goal is. But to get business, there's two different things. To brand yourself versus getting business, you have to have one-on-one correlation to me. So, and that's what we talk about of, thinking outside, and also thinking outside the box of the normal marketing ideas. What I will talk about in Alaska is what their niche market is and how to brainstorm and come up with ideas for their niche market to think outside that box of marketing.
Wow, Amy doesn't spend a dollar marketing her business. I can't wait to hear her live and in person here in Alaska. For all the details, go to alaskarealtors.com. Be sure to register in advance. Marketing on a Shoestring Budget with Amy Smythe Harris. Alaska USA Mortgage Company brings us our mortgage brief.
Hello, I'm Charles Remaklis with Alaska USA Mortgage here in Palmer, Alaska. Today I'd like to talk about USDA's Rural Development Program, what we know as RD. The program is for low to moderate income homebuyers in rural areas. Alaska is unique because rural is defined as anywhere except Anchorage, Juneau, and Fairbanks, and that's a lot of territory. So what's great about the RD program? Well, first, there's no down payment. There's also no monthly mortgage insurance. Instead, there's a one-time guarantee fee of 3.5%, which can be financed into the loan. Another great feature is that sellers can contribute to your closing costs. In many cases, the buyer can literally close with nothing out of pocket. Buyers must qualify within income guidelines, but they're not that restrictive. For Mat-Su and the Kenai Peninsula, the income cap is $95,100 for a family size of 1 to 4, or $125,500 for a family of 5 to 8.
Alaska USA Mortgage Company, a name you know and people you trust. Online at alaskausamortgage.com. Let's check in with Denny down in Juneau.
My name is Denny DeWitt, and I work with legislative consultants in Alaska, and we are lobbyists for the realtors.
What do realtors need to know right now as far as what you're watching legislatively? What should be on our radar screen as well?
Well, generally for any Alaskan, the big issues right now, this is the final week of the legislature. They're scheduled to adjourn on the 17th, which is this coming Sunday. The big issues this week are obviously the capital budget, and the first draft of that is expected sometime this afternoon. The operating budget is also in conference committee. They began work on Saturday, and in order to adjourn on next Sunday, they'll have to wrap up that conference committee by Saturday. Now, there are a couple of specific issues that realtors ought to be looking at. One is House Bill 130. That's the bill that would require municipalities to hold 3 hearings before they adopt any new ordinances relative to requiring sprinklers on single-family dwellings and duplexes. That bill was heard last week in the Senate Labor and Commerce Committee. It's a House bill, so it's moved through the House very successfully, and we're anticipating tomorrow that it will move out of the Senate Labor and Commerce Committee to the Senate floor. If you know a senator, it would be helpful to call and offer your support for that bill. The other bill that realtors are interested in is House Bill 188, and that's a bill introduced at the request of the realtors that would change the interest that can be charged on owner-financed debt, like owner-carried paper on property, for example, under $25,000. Currently, the limit is 5% plus the federal discount rate. Unfortunately, the federal discount rate today is 0.75%, so that limits any contract under $25,000 to be the maximum interest you could collect would be 5.75%. House Bill 188 would say that you could charge the greater of 10% or 5% plus the federal discount rate. That bill, we hope to have the hearing in Senate Labor and Commerce sometime this week. We're expecting before Thursday. We haven't got a date yet. I was over just talking to the committee consultant about a half hour ago, and I'm optimistic we'll get a hearing date for that, and it'll get onto the Senate floor before they go home on Sunday. And again, if our realtors know senators, it would be helpful just to call and, again, tell them of our support for House Bill 188.
When it comes to title companies, Alaska USA knows you have a choice as to who to recommend. Let Alaska USA Title Agency earn your business and your trust. I can honestly tell you that I recently had a wonderful experience, a closing on my own personal property, and I was thrilled with the service, the quality, and the energy of the entire Alaska USA Title team. See for yourself at alaskausatitle.com or call Crystal and her team anywhere in the state, 877-646-6498. Next time on Alaska Real Estate, get ready for Matthew Ferry. Want to live an inspired, successful, and happy life? Then Matthew's your guy. For all of us at Alaska Real Estate, I'm Chris Story, wishing you health, wealth, and happiness.